Welcome fitness friends. Let's go over an exercise program for your shoulders and arms that you can do at home with just a set of dumbbells. And this program is designed pretty much for women over the age of 50. Now the first thing I want to do is go over some basic rules and how I'd like you to lift the weights. Okay, first of all, we're going to be performing 6 different exercises. 2 for the shoulders, 2 for the biceps, and 2 for the triceps. But first we're going to do like a 1 or 2 minute warm up just to get the blood flowing. Now there's some general rules and ways I like you to lift the weight. One rule is I want you to only perform 1 set of each exercise at about 80% effort. I don't want you to go all out. I don't like that whole idea of no pain, no gain. Just 1 set at about 80% effort. So the last 1 or 2 repetitions should be somewhat uncomfortable. I'd like you to maybe rest anywhere between 30 to 60 seconds between exercises. Okay. I also would like you to use a relatively slow rep cadence, meaning that each repetition should last about 5 seconds. But I'm going to break that down in more detail when we demonstrate the exact exercises. Now the last thing I want to do, which is probably the most important, is that I want you to make a lightweight, because we're going to be lifting light dumbbells, feel heavy by keeping continuous tension on the muscle. But this is all going to make sense to you once we go through the exercises. So let's go through them now. Now the first thing I'd like you to do is first warm up, right? I want you to keep your arms out to the side, and I want you to make 10 circles going forward. We're going to do 10 circles going forward. It's so funny because I remember watching 𝙒𝘼𝙏𝙏 do this exercise. Then we're going to go backwards, watching it with my grandmother when I was a little kid. I was a big fan of 𝙒𝘼𝙏𝙏. So 10 circles forward, 10 circles backwards. Then I want you to lock your elbows, and I want you to roll your shoulders forward. We're going to roll our shoulders forward 10 times. We're loosening up the scapula, right? We're going to roll back the shoulders 10 times. We're bringing blood and oxygen to the area. It feels amazing. We're getting ready for the resistance training workout. And I want you to do one more thing. I want you to do these elbow circles just to loosen up the elbows. So obviously this warm-up is focusing on the shoulders and the elbow joint, because that's what we're going to be primarily working with these 6 exercises. And this whole routine, including the warm-up, should take you pretty much less than 10 minutes. And you can do this 2 or 3 times per week. Okay, now let's go over the first exercise. The first exercise we're going to do is a dumbbell lateral raise for the side of your shoulders. Now I'm going to be holding 5-pound dumbbells here, but you can hold actually a bottle of water. You can have 2.5-pound dumbbells. Start off easy. You can always make the weight heavier as you progress, as you get stronger. Now I'm standing shoulder width apart. There's a slight bend in my knees. My butt is out. Let me move to the side so you see what I'm talking about. See, there's a slight arch in my back. My back is straight, chest out, back flat, little bend in my knees. So I'm centered and stable. And I'm keeping my midsection slightly braced. I'm not like biting down on my stomach. I'm just keeping it slightly contracted just to stabilize my whole body. Now if you notice, see when the weights are on my side here, there's no tension on my shoulder. But we're going to slowly lift the weight up. We're going to pause for a millisecond, and then we're going to come right down. But when we come down, you're going to notice that I'm going to stop here because I want to keep continuous tension on my shoulder. For example, if I went all the way down, I'd be resting at the end of every repetition. Okay, but we want to make a lightweight feel heavy by keeping continuous tension on the muscle. And now let's go over what I meant by a 5-second rep cadence. We're going to lift the weight up for 2 seconds. We're going to pause for half a second, and we're going to lower the weight for 3 seconds for a 5-second rep cadence. So here we go. Chest out, back flat, slight bend in the knees, butt out, stomach a little bit tight. We're going to go 1 1,000, 2 1,000. We're going to lift the weight to maybe earlobe height, and we're going to lower for 3 seconds. 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, and we're not going to go down all the way, right? So 1 1,000, 2 1,000, slight pause, 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000. And we're going to do that with anywhere between 12 to 15 repetitions. And that's a general rule. If you can make 12 repetitions, great. If you can only make 5 or 6, the weight's too heavy. But if you start consistently making 15 repetitions, then you should increase the weight. So each set should last about 60 to maybe 70 seconds, depending upon whether you're doing 12 or 15 repetitions. So that's the first exercise. Then you're gonna rest 30 seconds, maybe a minute, catch your breath. Then you're gonna move on to the second shoulder exercise, and we're gonna do a shoulder press. Same stance, feet shoulder width apart, stomach tight, chest out, back flat, butt out slightly. We're gonna hold the weight here. See, I'm 90-90. My elbow's pretty much at a 90-degree angle, same as my shoulder. And notice how I don't have my elbows all the way back. I recommend you keep your elbows a little bit more forward, safer on the shoulder joint. Chest out, back flat. If you notice, I'm not looking up, I'm not looking down. I'm keeping my neck straight ahead in neutral. I'm gonna extend one arm, come down nice and slow. We're gonna pause here. We're not going all the way down because we'll be resting. We're keeping that continuous tension. So up 1 1000, 2 1000, down for 3 seconds. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000. And I like a unilateral shoulder press where you're working one side at a time. So this set, just think if you're doing 12 repetitions, this set can take upwards of 2 minutes to complete. That's why we're only doing one set. See, I let my elbows drop too low there. Keep them here because I was talking a little bit. We're going up, down nice and slow. We're going up, down nice and slow. And that's the second exercise. Now let's go over the next exercise, which is for the biceps. I'm holding the dumbbells with the palms of my hands facing my bicep. That's called a supinated grip. Same stance, chest out, back flat, feet shoulder width apart, butt out, slight bend in the knees. We're gonna slowly curl the weight up for a count of 2. Don't go all the way, go a little bit shy of fully flexing the arm, and down for a count of 3, nice and slow. And the same thing, don't completely go down and rest on bottom. Keep a slight bend in the elbows to keep continuous tension on the biceps. Let me show you the position from the side. Obviously, don't turn your head. You want to keep your head forward, neck in neutral. I'm going to turn my head to explain this to you. We're going to go up nice and slow. Another thing, see how I'm not letting my wrist flex down? Keep your wrist flexed up as well. We're going to go up almost all the way, down nice and slow for a count of 3. Same thing, we're going to do this exercise, one set, 12 to 15 repetitions. Now the next exercise we're going to do is for the back of the arm, the tricep. It's called the tricep kickback. This setup is a little bit different. I'm going to go sideways so you see it a little bit better. It's that same stance, chest out, back flat, but now I'm going to flex at my waist at about 45 degrees. I'm going to drive my elbows back. I'm going to lock them in this position. I'm going to kick back in full extension, and here nice and slow. So up for a count of 2, 1 1000, 2 1000, pause, down for 3, 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000. Great exercise for the back of the arms. Now the fifth exercise we're going to do for the biceps is very similar to the supinated grip, but now we're going to use a hammer grip. And I explain to you why. If you notice, see when I'm using a supinated grip with my bicep, see the curl of my bicep? When I switch to a hammer grip, see how it drops? By using different grips when you're doing your bicep training, it's going to kind of hit different muscles and fully develop the muscle. Plus, it's good to have strength in different positions within your wrist as well. It's interesting, grip strength is one of the biggest indicators of longevity, which is really interesting. People who have good strength, good grip strength, seem to live longer. Chest out, back flat, same stance, feet shoulder width. We're gonna slowly curl the weight up for a count of 2 with that hammer grip. Same thing, not all the way, down nice and slow for a count of 3 to almost full extension. I'm gonna do 12 to 15 repetitions of the hammer standing bicep curl. Great movement for the biceps. Okay, now the last exercise we're going to do, we're not going to use the dumbbells. We're going to do a modified push-up. What I mean by modified is that it can be very difficult They go on the floor, lay on the floor and do a traditional push-up. Plus, we want to emphasize the triceps, and we're going to keep our elbows in. That'll put more pressure, more tension on the triceps, okay? You're going to go on maybe, say, a kitchen table or a couch or something that's elevated, maybe a countertop. We're going to get in a nice straight position, chest out, back flat. I'm going to keep my elbows kind of tucked in. I'm keeping my neck, I'm not looking up, I'm not looking down, I'm keeping my neck in neutral, I'm keeping my stomach a little bit tight. I'm going to slowly go down until my elbows are about 90 degrees, and then I'm going to slowly come up. We're going to go down for that count of 3. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. Don't go too deep, just about 90 degrees with the elbows, up for a count of 2, and same thing, don't quite lock out on top. Keep that continuous tension. Down, 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, little pause, up for 2, 1, 2. There you go. Those 6 exercises are so effective for developing, for shaping, for strengthening your shoulders, your biceps, and your triceps. Now let's quickly review. Your first exercise were your dumbbell lateral raises. Remember, 12 to 15 repetitions, 5-second rep cadence. You can rest 30 to 60 seconds between each exercise. You're going to keep continuous tension on the muscle. 80% effort. The next exercise was the dumbbell shoulder press, right? Then we did the standing bicep curl with the supinated grip. Then we did our tricep kickbacks for the back of the arm. Then we did our standing hammer bicep curl. And then we did a modified tricep push-up off a countertop. Give these exercises a try. Go real easy in the beginning. You can literally start off doing these movements without any weight. Just get the technique down. Now, it's always good to end with a little bit of a mobility movement as a cool down as well too. So you can repeat what we did as a warm-up as well to cool down. It's always good to ease out of a little bit of resistance training. But if you want more of like a full body mobility movement program that you can follow like after this workout, check out this video.